Oh, I am currently working with about 3 first-time home buyers. Yeah, it's 3 of them. And I haven't did this in years, maybe 3, 4, maybe even 5 years. And I quickly remembered why. So let me tell you the motto that I do not go by. You deserve it and go buy it. I'm not going to tell you that if I know that you can't afford it. So this is going to be hard, but it's going to be fair. First of all, first-time home buyers, what we're not going to do is we're not going to ask the seller to reduce their price $75,000 because you can't afford the house. What we're also not going to do is we're not going to negotiate a large amount for something small like loose doorknobs, closet doors off hinges. We're not doing that.
As she said, this is going to be hard, but it's going to be fair. I want to talk to those of you out there that are first time home buyers. Definition: anyone who's not had ownership in residential real estate within the most recent 3 years. Okay. You're a first time home buyer. As she stated, you're not entitled to anything because you feel like it. You feel like you should be able to qualify for this and you feel like you should be able to get that. That's not how it works. Respectfully, what you are able to afford is what you qualify for. You see what I'm saying? And this is very important because a lot of you guys waste a lot of money and time, and your emotions are like this. When in fact, this should be one of the greatest experiences that you have, but it's not because most of you guys aren't prepared. And it's really not due to a lack of information now. There's information everywhere. So, what I want to do is react, first time I'm seeing this, to this realtor because she's already ticked a lot of you guys out. But if you listen to what she and what the old man is saying, you'll be better for it. Now, some of you guys might say, well, you know what? I would never hire her. Well, I get it. And she might not want to work for you because that goes both ways. You see what I'm saying? And so what you have to ask yourself is, if you're dealing with a realtor that does not have an opinion on how you should submit an offer, meaning I understand you're a first time home buyer, you've never done this, but all homes, y'all say it with me, all homes, new construction, 100-year-old homes, they all have little idiosyncrasies. And a doorknob and something being loose, that's not something to negotiate on. You need to go negotiate on sales price. You need to negotiate on the major four, right? The roof, electrical, plumbing, the foundation. And I find a lot of people that do this type of wasting with realtors that don't have any customers and that will take on a lot of you guys because I'm trying to get a commission, is because a lot of you all have not been properly approved and you're trying to buy something you cannot afford and you want the seller to pay for it. Now, if I got it wrong, let me know where I'm missing it. I'm not trying to gaslight. I was accused of gaslighting or belittling people. Not doing that at all. It's a harsh truth. And if you can hear, you will be better prepared when you actually go out to make an offer because you know what a homeowner is and you know what buying a home is. Let's continue.
We are not going to know going in that your rent is $1,400 a month, but now we're looking at $2,000 mortgages. I'm not doing it. I am not going to help you facilitate such foolishness. Okay.
She's not saying you can't go from 1,300 to 2,000. What she's saying is for those of you who can't afford the $2,000 a month rent, wanting to go look at those types of homes. And that really falls back on the lender that you deal with. Have you been properly approved? Or are they just trying to get a commission? You all should want the best position possible. Now, at the end of the day, you guys are grown and you're going to tell me and or the realtor what it is that you want to do. But if you do that, don't then get back online 2 years later saying that you were done wrong because you chose to not listen to the advice. Now, let me jump the other side. There's a lot of us professionals out here that won't give the advice because you have commission breath. And shame on you if that's what you're actually doing. Be honest with you, a lot of those folks are probably not around anymore because all the easy money is gone. So This is a refreshing take on a realtor having a stance. What do you guys think? Is she tripping? Am I tripping? Again, let me know down in the comment section, because we got to stop, doing these videos and telling y'all what you want to hear. We have to tell you what the truth of the matter is so that you can be successful as a homeowner. Let's continue.
Especially if you ain't got no savings and you already complaining about the $1,300 or $1,400 that you pay for rent. Robin is not doing it. Find you another realtor. All right. What we're also not going to do is we're not going to ignore the fact that you are now going to be the landlord. That means that all maintenance calls, baby, come straight to you. You might as well just call yourself. Hello, the AC is broke and you need to fix it.
I got to stop again. First point is the savings. Blows my mind. Some of these conversations that I have and applications that I look at, and you're buying homes and literally you got $3, $4, $5 in the bank. And you want Robin, in this case, to tell the seller, hey, you know what? You need, these folks have credit and they have a job. Debt to income ratio, 55.6% FHA. Back end. Front end ratio, 43%. Got an approved eligible. But I know as a lender, you got $4 in the bank. You told me you don't have any other money anywhere else. And then you want Robin to go to the seller and say, you know what, they need 6%, 6 times 3, let's say it's $300,000. They need $18,000 to close. Well, you can't in that scenario because 3.5% have to come from the minimum required investment from you, the borrower. So that's a whole nother story. But you get the gist. You want the seller to pay for everything. Now, if that's not an entitlement spirit, y'all tell me what it is. And the one that called me entitled and said I was belittling people, I'm talking to you. Look at the comment that you left after that when somebody said, boy, at Lenza USA, you got this one mad. They type in paragraphs. You had a whole paragraph up in there. But if that's not entitlement, why is Miss Robin on here trying to help those of you that are first-time buyers, telling you what she's not going to do? She's not going to be a part of that foolishness. I've been doing this business for 20 plus years. And renters have always, let me back up. Most renters have a sense of entitlement. The entitlement is this: I want to live in the nicest place possible. And you landlord, you lucky I'm paying this rent. See, y'all got it twisted. You got it all wrong. And now we're at the time where 3.5 times the rent is mandatory because those folks that have come before you that tear stuff up, right? And feel like that's the landlord's job. Or as Ms. Robin said, call the landlord, right? Well, don't buy a house, first-time home buyer, if you're not ready, okay, to take care of the things that come in your home. When I say take care, I didn't say repair. I said take care. The maintenance that a lot of us don't do cause big ticket items. But you got to have the mindset that, you know what, I'm the landlord now. That's why you need to have some money. That's why you can't buy where the guidelines say the maximum is, because those maximums were made for extenuating circumstances, such as on an FHA loan. Maybe you have a spouse that has an extra $7,500, $150,000 a year coming in the house, and you're qualifying by yourself, and the debt to income ratio is higher. But maybe that spouse has credit that's not where it needs to be, okay? And you have to do something along those lines to get into the home, but you know that you're not maxed out with your income because you have other income coming in. That's the circumstances in which those debt to income ratios were set. I myself, I always qualify you in an area where you would be comfortable. I tell you what the maximum is, and then I give you a whole bunch of information on what the future tax and insurance increases might look like, and then ask you where's that money coming from to make you think. I don't tell you what to do, but I show you the other side. Most of these folks that you're dealing with don't do that because they don't care. All your online lenders and things of that nature, they got to pay for that advertising. And so if you're a first-time home buyer, This is the information that's gold. And these are some of the things you want to look for when you choose a lending partner and a realtor partner. Miss Robin is great, I could tell. But the maintenance is on you when you buy a house. Let's continue.
The grass is grown up. You need to cut it. There's pests around the property. You need to control it. All right. That's all you. All right. That comes with a cost. You can't afford it. So we are going to buy what you rent. If you decide to reach out to me, as I decide to work with some, not all, but some first timers, we are going to operate in a very strict manner. We have standards. We have expectations. There are rules to this. All right. I'm just thinking about your future. I'm only thinking about your future. I'm only thinking about your investment future.
If you're ready to take the next step, I would love to have a conversation with you. Why? I'm a lender. My NMLS license number is 180100, and my contact information is pinned in the top comment and in the description of this video. Watch these next two videos here. They'll help you in your education as you prepare to become a homeowner. And for the rest of you, indeed, y'all stay blessed.